Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fucking Easy Food Prep, healthy food you actually want to eat. So today I'm having another crack at the caramel fudge because the recipe I made last time was a bit of a fail. But you know, at NuStrength we fail forward, so I thought I will give this another go. And I found another recipe and it's super easy. It only has 3 ingredients, which is 500 grams of brown sugar, a can of condensed milk, and 150 grams of butter, and then of course salt. So it's a salted caramel. So I think it's gonna be good. So this one's actually a microwave one. So just make sure you find a microwave safe bowl to cook it in. And basically you just throw all the ingredients in the bowl, mix it up, and then you're gonna cook it for about 8 minutes, but you wanna get it out every 1.5 to 2 minutes and give it a good stir. Okay, so we're just gonna throw it all into this microwave safe container. So we've got the brown sugar, and then we've got the butter. Oh my God, amazing. And then we've got the the condensed milk. So just scrape that all out. Now the thing is with something like this recipe is, you know, all the sugar Nazis out there are always like, you know, on me about, oh Kitty, you know, you can't eat any refined sugar, it's just empty calories. And yes, you're right, sugar, white sugar is just empty calories. But you know, obviously you're not going to eat 10 slices of this a day. I'm going to portion this up into 16 slices, and then I would probably eat a small slice in the afternoon. And as long as your diet is full of other nutrient-rich foods, so like liver, shellfish, fruits, dairy, lean meats, gelatin, having some white refined sugar is fine, and it's not going to hurt you at all. You know, the issue is when people eat a lot of refined sugar and they don't have the nutrients in their diet, and their diet is also full of digestive inhibitors and polyunsaturated fats. So, you know, sugar, I think people don't look at it, you know, in context or look at it as a whole. They just go, oh, sugar's so bad, you shouldn't eat sugar, you know. So, oh man, that looks so good already. So I'm just gonna scrape that off the spoon, and you can see that I've prepared this like dish with just some greaseproof paper on there. So that's what we're gonna pour it into. So we're just gonna put this in the microwave, and make sure you watch this, like don't walk away and leave it. This is one you have to keep an eye on. So I'm just gonna put it on for 8 minutes, start, and then we're just gonna keep an eye on that, and we're gonna stir it every 1.5 to 2 minutes. So we'll come back at halfway and we'll show you what it's looking like. So we're about halfway, or just a bit over halfway. We're actually going to put it on for a few extra minutes because you really need to have everything melted and stirred together. So it probably needs about 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm just going to pull it out and we'll show you. I actually put a plate underneath it just to make sure, because obviously it's going to be really hot. So you can see here, see how it's really thickening up. That's why it's really important that you make sure that you stir it every 1.5 to 2 minutes and really give it a good stir. You see all that delicious butter in there. So we're going to pop it in for another, say, 4 minutes total, and we will stir it every 1.5 to 2 minutes. So we actually did that for a total of 13 minutes, and towards the end we got it out every minute and stirred it. So come in close and we'll show you what it's starting to look like. Just coming close, you can see that it's really, now be really careful, it's like super hot. I think that's going to be fine because I can see when it's cooling it's going hard, because the issue last time was that I didn't cook it long enough and it was just like gooey and soft. So now we're just going to pour this into this this baking tray. Just make sure you put the baking paper on there. All right, now I'm just going to grab a tea towel, so this will be hot. Just be really careful, because again, you know, you've had this in the microwave and it's going to be super hot, so just don't burn yourself. All right, just going to grab the tea towel. I'm just going to pour it in. Oh, that looks so good. The spoon, we don't want to waste any. Man, it's gonna be so good. Okay, so now you've scraped. I think this actually turned out good because I can see already that it's quite thick. So now I've got some sea salt flakes. So you don't have to use sea salt flakes. So you can just use normal salt. But you're just gonna sprinkle the salt on the top like that. Oh man, this will be so good. Just like that. You can have a bit more if you like it quite salty. Otherwise you can just put the normal salt on. I like salt, so I think this will be good. Okay, great. So now you just need to put that in the fridge for a few hours or until it's completely cool and set, and then we're gonna pull it out and we'll cut it up and I'll show you what it looks like. It's a couple hours later, we've had it in the fridge and we overcooked it. So last time we undercooked it, this time we overcooked it. So I would probably do what the recipe says, don't amend the recipe, and actually cook it for 8 minutes in total. So make sure you're getting out every 1.5 to 2 minutes and stirring it, possibly an extra minute, but we did it for 13 minutes. So come and have a look at how it's turned out. So excuse this bit at the side here, this is where Mel's sort of got stuck into it and I've stuck my fingers in it. So you can pull it out of the tray. What it's turned out now is it's just like caramel now. So it's still gonna be good, but it's not obviously gonna be like fudge because it's too hard for fudge. But I think if you cook it 8 minutes, just like the recipe said, it'll be nice. So I'm gonna cut this, then you just need to get a knife, and I'm gonna cut this into, let me think, so if we go, right, just cut it evenly, to make it easy. Oh, I reckon it's gonna be so good. And I think I might cut them again because it's super rich. Oh, I think this is going to be yum, especially with the salt on. See, that's more like a hard fudge. So I think if you cook it for a bit longer, if you want it really chewy like this, it'll go more chewy. And if you cook it for a really long time, it'll be like hard fudge. If you cook it obviously for a bit less, it'll be a bit softer. So that's going to be 1, 2, so 4, 8, 12, 16. So double that, so I'm going to cut it into 32. So when I put it into MyFitnessPal, I'll put it into 32. And something like this as well, like it's really rich, so you'd only need to have a small bit, and I'd probably have it with a glass of milk. So there you go, our second attempt at fudge, caramel salted fudge. Stick to what the recipe says, so cook it for 8 minutes total in the microwave and just stir it every 1 to 1.5, 2 minutes. But if you like it a little bit harder like this, which I still think is going to be yummy, I'm going to have some soon, just cook it for that bit longer. Enjoy.